She said one thing that got me. She said Kamala has one big advantage. She's a very beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. So I decided to go back and reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better. Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala. No, I couldn't believe it. She said, you know, I had never heard that one. They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, huh. I never thought of that. I'm better looking than she is. And then they decided to get politically correct. We have to put her in. They put her in, and now they're putting her on the covers of Time magazine with an artist sketch. They don't use a picture. They don't use a picture. They use an artist sketch. I want to use that artist. I want to find that artist. I like him very much.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala. This is the reality we're living in. This is the guy who 50-50 coin toss might become president of the United States again. We already had him once, and it was a disaster. We might do it one more time.
And my hair's blowing around, and it's mine. The one thing you can't get away with, if it's not yours, you got a problem if you're president. The light bulb. They got rid of the light bulb that people got used to. The new bulb is many times more expensive. And I hate to say it, it doesn't make you look as good. Of course, being a vain person, that's very important to me. It's like, it gives you an orange look. I don't want an orange look. Has anyone noticed that?
This man is obsessed with his appearance in a way that is so strange and so unhealthy. We're going to dive deep into it in a second. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. My podcast, Last Week on Earth, is back. Brand new season. I summarize the world. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Clearly, I don't care about my appearance that much. Look at my hair and just my general vibe. But Trump does. He cares a great deal.
Has anyone noticed that?
And for such an odd-looking gentleman, and I don't mean gentleman literally at all, Trump is completely obsessed with his appearance. You'd think when you look weird like that, you might let the appearance go a little bit and focus on substance, but no. And he tries hard to stop the press from releasing anything he doesn't think shows him at his most preened, orange-helmeted best.
Donald Trump denies ever having plastic surgery, but that's not exactly what his ex-wife had to say about it. Although Donald Trump has denied ever having plastic surgery or undergoing the knife, in a deposition of his ex-wife, Ivana Trump, she said something different. She said in 1990 that Donald flew into a fit of rage because he was having pain and headaches from undergoing a scalp reduction surgery. When they cut out the bald spot and tried to move the hair, it sometimes would orient the hair in strange directions or awkward directions, so that a lot of these patients ended up having hair that would be oriented in the wrong direction or very floppy, and they'd have to do comb overs and different things to try and cover up the scars and make it try to appear natural. So I'm not saying that Donald Trump does have a strange hair, but it is a little atypical or unusual.
I play very nice. Did you see the picture of me, the horrible picture with the stomach out to here? That was... So what I do is I'm putting up today a picture of me actually, what I actually look like, hitting a ball, smashing the frickin' ball. And you'll see quite... I wouldn't say slim, but not bad. But the ball does go far. I would say it goes about 9 times further than Biden can hit it 9 times.
That's actually the only time I've seen Trump admit that he looks bad in a photo and that he might be overweight, and talked about his stomach.
With the stomach out to here, that was...
Is he getting weirdly self-aware? Because while he shouldn't be talking about his appearance like that, you know, when you're running for president, admitting he had a big stomach in a photo, but then immediately saying, I'm going to upload a photo where I do look better, and I smashed that ball better than Biden, 9 times better. Can we talk about policy or no? Is that possible? And look, Trump is certainly not the first celebrity to try to carefully curate their image. I have an Instagram profile that I try to keep somewhat curated, but he's by far the most ridiculous and the most disconnected from reality of who he is and what he looks like. It's pretty wild. Typically 0% self-aware. Thinks he's God. He thinks he's better looking than Kamala Harris. The dude is nearly 80 years old, has a fake tan made of orange makeup and the weirdest hair in the world. Donald Duck literally would be like, oh, no thanks. See, the thing is, Trump is used to doing the bullying. He doesn't like it when the shoe's on the other foot and he receives the bullying. It's tripping him out. Tim Walz maybe has the most genius political move to meet this moment is just focus on the vibe and appearance and strangeness of Vance and Trump. Calling them weird has completely thrown these guys off their game. Trump doesn't know what to do. And it's not just him getting defensive about his appearance. Do you remember when this happened during a House Oversight Committee hearing about Attorney General Garland? Check out this sidebar.
Now, here we have a photo of Donald Trump, of course, through some of his trial. And I bring this up because it's Donald Trump that's asleep and it's hurting and dividing our country. And this attack on President Biden and his mental acuteness or his ability or his age is completely just a reason and an excuse for the Republicans to continue to attack President Biden when we all know that Donald Trump is the one that's unfit to be president. And that's why the majority is so desperate to be here today because they want to help him get elected and hurt President Biden. Well, it's not going to work. And with that, I yield back.
In my remaining 1 minute, I could request, every so often, Mr. Garcia, maybe you could just lift up that picture of our President Trump sleeping. As you say, I think he's praying. But if he is sleeping, he certainly looks pretty while he sleeps.
He is pretty when he sleeps. I do wish he would sleep for the next 4 years, like on a beach somewhere or at a pool and, not be president would be best. One of the funniest descriptions of what Trump is like to work with came from a Rolling Stone interview with director Taika Waititi, who worked with Trump as part of a Super Bowl commercial. Waititi describes a makeup artist whose main job seemed to be just hyping Trump up, flattering him, boosting his ego, and saying, "Oh, Mr. Trump, you look fantastic." Trump required the camera to be at a height and angle that made him look thinner, brought a color scale to the shoot to show what shade of orange he wanted to appear. So he's aware he's orange. It's not some kind of a mistake. Really normal stuff for a guy trying to become president of the United States. But the fact is, he doesn't look great. He looks rough. He's been looking rough ever since Biden dropped out. I mean, he keeps mumbling to himself, but publicly in front of thousands of people, talking like Biden's still his opponent because he can't cope with Kamala having the lead and having momentum and actually being a coherent person with a plan for the country. And he's just grasping at straws. He's tried everything. Called so many people names, including POWs and wounded veterans, called them losers and suckers for even signing up for the armed services. He's now panicking because he realizes he's the loser and the sucker, paints himself orange, and probably cries himself to sleep at night. And no amount of cheating he can do to win. I mean, he'll definitely claim that he won the election and it was stolen from him when he loses, if we are able to keep the focus up and make sure he loses. But he won't be in office again. If we can have anything to do about it, and we can. Election is soon. Check your registration. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. My next stand-up comedy special, Endings, is filming at Hotel Cafe in Hollywood on September 21st. You can get tickets to be in the live audience at bengleib.com. I hope to see you there.